Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your plate like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen the represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health.
Well, from the news center here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated, a pleasant good evening. Welcome to News Desk, 45 minutes of the latest news from Liberia and other parts of the world. The top stories we are following this evening. United States Ambassador to Liberia, Mark Turner, warns Liberians on the dangers and consequences of illegal migration to the United States, says nearly 20% of Liberians who enter the U.S. on tourist visas fail to leave when their visas expired. Acting LEC Managing Director Mohammed Sharif vowed to ensure zero power outage in the coming weeks, discloses ongoing negotiation to secure 30 megawatts of electricity from neighboring Guinea to boost Liberia's power supplies. Criminal Court A to entertain legal arguments on a motion to release about 100 suspected criminals from the Monrovia Central Prison for prolonged detention. And out of Liberia, heavy rains and floods have killed at least 33 people in Kinshasa, the capital of Democratic Republic of Congo, according to officials. The details of these developments, including the bulletin of news, voices of the newsmakers, sports, are all part of this presentation. We're taking a short break to be back.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
Joining us, this news program is powered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. At this point, let's cross over now to Naketa Roberts to bring us the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Mark. Good evening, everyone. United States Ambassador to Liberia, Mark Turner, has warned Liberians on the danger and consequences of illegal migration to the United States. In a strong worded opinion piece published on Monday, April 7, 2025, Ambassador Turner outlined a no-nonsense approach to immigration under President Donald Trump's administration and specifically targets the alignment rates at which Liberians overstayed their visas. According to Ambassador Turner, nearly 20% of Liberians who enter the U.S. on tourist visas fail to leave when their visas expired, placing Liberia among the top 10 countries with the highest visa overstay rate globally. He attributed the difficulties many Liberians face in securing a non-immigration visa to these troubling statistics and to increasing incidents of fraud during the application process. Ambassador Turner warns that those who enter the United States illegally, lie to obtain visas, worked without authorization, or overstay their permitted stay, who face jail term, deportation, and permanent bans from ever re-entering the country. Citing recent enforcement statistics, Ambassador Turner revealed that illegal border crossings in February 2025 had dropped to 94% compared to the same month in 2024, while arrests of illegal migration already inside the U.S. had skyrocketed by 627%. He credited the Trump administration tougher border security measures to these results. The U.S. ambassador also emphasized that attempts to defraud the visa system through false documents, dishonest answers on application, or overstaying a visa constitute serious criminal offenses with lasting consequences. The acting managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation has vowed to ensure zero power outage in the coming weeks. Mohammed Sharif, who said the people of Liberia need electricity, and the acting management team is committed to ensure a stable power supply in the country. To achieve the target, Sharif disclosed that a high-level LC team will be in Guinea by next week to formalize a 30 megawatts agreement to expand energy supply capacity. He told the board during his induction on Monday that electricity is a top priority for many Liberians, and the interim management team is committed to ensuring zero power outages. This, he says, will be rolled out through actionable solutions, collaborations, and performance tracking to transform the energy sector of the country and optimize domestic energy supplied. Performing the induction earlier, LEC board chairman, Councillor Emmanuel Tule, challenged the interim management to double its efforts because the public does not want any more excuses. According to Councillor Tule, the Liberian people are demanding the best of energy so as to help restore the image of the corporation. Others inducted alongside Mohammed Sharif are Eric Augustine Frederick, acting deputy managing director for administration, and Thomas Gunkawan, acting deputy managing director for operations. Criminal Court Aid is expected to entertain legal arguments this Tuesday on a motion seeking to release about 100 suspected criminals from detention at the Monrovia Central Prison. Defense lawyer Councillor Luscious told applications to the court accused the government of Liberia of wrongfully keeping his clients in jail beyond the statutory period without litigation. Councillor Toad's request, according to RCR judicial correspondent, maintained that government lawyers failed to prosecute his clients within the legal period violates Chapter 18, Section 18.2 of the Criminal Procedural Law of Liberia. The law states unless a good cause is shown, a court shall dismiss a complaint against a defendant who is not indicted by the end of 2 succeeding terms after his arrest for an indictable offense. Some of these suspected criminals have been in prison since 2017, and their charges include aggravated assault, burglary, theft of property, attempt to commit murder, arson, manslaughter, murder, and sexual harassment. The trial juror of the 5th Judicial Circuit Court in Grand Cape County is expected to convict or acquit about 4 defendants on allegation of murder. This follows prosecutors and defense lawyers' motion to the court that they have rested with the production of oral and documentary evidence. The lawyers note that notion, according to RCR judicial correspondent, compels Judge Usman Fekar to announce Tuesday, April 8, 2025 as a date for final legal argument at the 5th Judicial Circuit Court in Grand Cape County in connection to the murder case. Ahead of the Tuesday's argument, prosecuting lawyers led by Grand Cape County Chief Prosecutor Yokoya Day has built his case theory around substantial evidence, while Councillor Boyman Passaway, Chief Defense Counsellor of Grand Cape County, is pushing the theory of doubt. Our judicial correspondent said both legal teams are confident about their cases, that's case theories, and convinced of a verdict. The 4 defendants are John Odanika, a Nigerian, Mohammed Ali Bar, a Sierra Leonean, Matt Slepord, and John Jason, who are Liberians. In 2024, the 4 defendants accused a gold mine worker, Joseph Small, of stealing their diamond, which the deceased admitted 2 after he was apprehended by the defendants. During his arrest, the defendants reportedly tied the deceased's hands and later flogged him and threw him in the diamond pit, which led to his death. Toyhen's data collection and registration of complaints at the Liberia National Police Headquarters, the European Union has donated a set of equipment to the Liberia National Police. Making the donation on Monday, the representative of EU delegation in Liberia said the donation is aimed at strengthening the LNP in the area of data collection for the smooth operation of the police force. She, however, noted that fundings for the project came from European Union, that's European taxpayers' money, cautioning the police to make use of the donated items. Receiving the donation, Police Inspector General Gregory Corman appreciated the European Union for the donation and promised that the equipment will be used for the intended purpose. RG Corman highlighted the timeliness of the donation, stating that it will bring relief to them in the area of data collection and investigating crimes. The High Command of the Armed Forces of Liberia says its special unit sent on Operation True Guardian has ended its mission in Naketa County and has crossed to Torgbean County. Operation True Guard is a strategic plan for a nationwide quarterly patrol development that's developed by the airfield, and the plan nationwide quarterly patrol comes as Liberia faces significant security challenges marked by increased transnational and maritime crimes, illicit drugs trade, and smuggling, despite advances towards peace and stability. On the 27th of March 2025, a team of airfield personnel from Operation True Guardian visited the Symptomati Government Hospital in Rappersport, Naketa County, to establish contact with the hospital staff and make arrangements for referral cases that airfield medical team would not handle in the operation area. The purpose of the patrol was to dominate and be robust in those areas in order to deter threats and provide security, as well as build confidence among the locals. According to a press release, during the patrol, the team came across a single barrel gun carrier, and the authority from the National Commission on Arms was contacted and they took possession of the gun. Also, on the 27th of March 2025, the Liberia Coast Guard, in a joint support to Operation True Guardian, conducted a patrol in Sewilo across Lake Piso. On the 28th of March 2025, the airfield team patrolled a Galowa district, which comprises mainly farmers in Sinjay, Fumba, and Bombo in Naketa County. The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Justice, has declared the month of April as the National Anti-Mob Justice Campaign Month. The Ministry of Justice Press and Public Affairs Director Judonu Colley said President Joseph Boakai would on April 19, 2025, officially launch the anti-mob violence campaign in the country. According to Colley, the issue of citizens resorting to mob violence, where citizens willfully engage in brutality against a fellow citizen or setting ablaze valuable properties, is a total violation of the laws of Liberia. As part of the month-long activities, the Ministry of Justice, through its Attorney General Oswald 12, will this Tuesday, April 8, 2025, host the anti-mob violence banner at the ministry's new headquarters on the UF Drive in Monrovia. The former Liberian broadcast journalist said the anti-mob violence theme of the Ministry of Justice will travel to the 15 counties of Liberia to raise awareness among the local population on the danger associated with mob violence. The case between Kindness Wilson and victim Jamel Cashel is expected to resume on Tuesday, April 8, 2025 at the Monrovia State Court. Tuesday's proceeding will witness defendant Kindness Wilson responding to criminal raids on charges ranging from simple assault and disorderly conduct. Our judicial correspondent said Kindness Wilson was brought under the jurisdiction of the court through a writ charging her for simple assault and disorderly conduct for slapping her colleague Jomel Cassell at the Stella Maris University. Judge Ben Barco has since lifted the exile Republica that was placed on Kindness Wilson to prevent her from leaving the country. The Quaggan's Multi-Purpose Women Agricultural Cooperative, in collaboration with the Latter Day Church of Jesus Christ, has commenced a week-long vegetable and rice production capacity building workshop in rural Moserado County. The workshop is geared towards empowering farmers through skills training and with the necessary tools to enhance their production. Speaking at the start of the workshop on Monday in Kingsville, Quagga Multipurpose Women Agricultural Cooperative President Madam Hawa Timbale disclosed that the workshop is part of efforts to train and empower farmers to making Liberia self-sufficient. She lauded the Latter-day Saint Church for its continuous support to agricultural activities in rural Moserado and Liberia at large, thus acknowledging farmers to utilize the knowledge gained and materials received in contributing to the agricultural sector. Report says the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency has arrested a 35-year-old man at the Ganta checkpoint with illegal drugs. The arrest took place on April 4, 2025, after the suspect, only identified as Dominic, suspicious behavior prompted authorities to search his belongings. Dominic was traveling from Monrovia to Ganta in a blue taxi when he was stopped for a routine inspection, according to the report. Authorities discovered 3 plastic bags of push valued at 24,000 Liberian dollars and 1 pack of tramadol worth 38,000 Liberian dollars. LDA Ganta Commander Special Agent Hilton Wills described Dominic as a notorious drug dealer. He confirmed the suspect will be transferred to the county circuit court for prosecution. LDA Neighbor County Commander Special Agent Malison Gale praised his officers for keeping the county 90% drug-free. However, he urged the government to provide more resources, such as vehicles and equipment, to strengthen their efforts against drug trafficking in the county. And out of Liberia, heavy rains and floods have killed at least 33 people in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to officials. Desperate residents are trying to flee the flood waters by wading, swimming, and paddling to savor in homemade canoes. The city is home to 17 million people and sits on the Congo River, which is one of the biggest in the world and stretches across the country. Flooding is common. The river recently reaches its highest level in 6 decades. Parts of the capital are prone to soil erosion, and in recent years, the Congolese president has warned that the climate crisis is making flooding worse. Many homes in West Kinshasa were swept away following flooding overnight from Friday into Saturday. About half of the city, 26 districts, are affected in total, according to the capital's mayor, who says search and rescue teams have been sent out. That's the bulletin of news. Is back to Marka Davis.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll take your plate out.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
The news bulletin. It is a regular feature here on News Dex. If you're just joining us, you are listening to 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communication Incorporated. One of the top stories we are following tonight, Criminal Code 8 to entertain legal arguments on motion to release about 100 suspected criminals from the Monrovia Central Prison for prolonged pre-trial detention. To our first development, the acting managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation has vowed to ensure zero power outage in the coming weeks. Mohammed Sharif said the people of Liberia Electricity and the acting management team is committed to ensuring stable power supply in the country. To achieve the target, Sharif disclosed that a high-level LEC team will be in Guinea next week to finalize a 30 megawatt power agreement to expand energy supply capacity. He told the board of LEC during his induction on Monday that electricity is a top priority for many Liberians, and the interim management team is committed to ensuring zero power outages.
As you proceed to improvements, our goal is to have zero outages. What that means is that from 4 hours to 0 hours, we will be a race. This is why by next week, my team will be a permanent unit to finalize the TV of 30 hours. We've already done most of the discussion online, but the points we do is adopt it. It also means is share the going to equity because we need
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
Both the president with the support of the Liberian people, we will come to you to develop our actionable roadmap, our strategy, which will not just be mere strategy, but actionable strategy to tell you step by step what's your role, how you can hold us accountable, what we need you to do for us in order to achieve what we want to achieve. So we're going to do that. And there are certain things that are not negotiable. I'm not going to sugarcoat just to satisfy anybody. If it is not going to happen, I will tell you it's not going to happen. And this is why I would like to be part of whatever that is factored into the planning. I want to be part of it so that I can own the outcome. Ultimately, the management of LEC will own the outcome. So this is why I can commit from this meeting on behalf of me and my team that we will collaborate with you people. We want to do the active engagement to the goal.
He is the interim managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, Mohammed Sharif. They are speaking during the induction of the interim management team. While performing the induction earlier, LEC board chairman, Councillor Emmanuel Tule, challenged the interim management to double its efforts because the public does not want any more excuses. According to Councillor Tule, the Liberian people are demanding the best of energy so as to help restore the image of the corporation.
To deliver the law policies to provide the local structures, the territory enforcement and the board of the interested parties, justice, and the management implementing this on the task ahead. Notwithstanding the disappointments bring to more formal efforts, they come at a small challenges. Intervenants included are not limited to insufficient power generation capacity, gap in the supply of safe, reliable, affordable, and stable electricity to be managed, commercial losses in foreign service savings, reserve assets, and acclimating to power tax and foreign persons. And the capital legislation to invest in and increase generation of fossil fuel sources and generation resources. But actually,
Well, he is the board chairman of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, Councillor Emmanuel Tule, there speaking earlier on. You listened to the acting managing director of LEC, Mohammed Sharif. They spoke at the induction of the interim management team. Others inducted alongside Mohammed Sharif are Eric Augustine Frederick, acting deputy managing director for administration, and Thomas Gonkewon, acting deputy managing director for operations. The Liberian government, through the Ministry of Justice, has declared the month of April as National Anti-Justice Campaign Month. The Ministry of Justice's Press and Public Affairs Director, Jutono Colley, said President Joseph Boakai would on April 19, 2025, officially launch the anti-mob violence campaign in the country. According to Colley, the issue of citizens resorting to mob violence, where citizens willfully engage in brutality against a fellow citizen or setting ablaze valuable properties, is in total violation of the Liberian laws. As part of the month-long activities, the Ministry of Justice, through Attorney General Oswald Twere, will this Tuesday host the anti-mob violence banner at the ministry's new headquarters on UN Drive in Monrovia. Well, Jutono Colley spoke at a press conference in Monrovia.
Informed you that the Liberian government, through the Ministry of Justice, has declared the month of April as National Anti-Mob Justice Campaign Month. The Ministry of Justice, through Councillor Naketa will on tomorrow, Tuesday, April 8, 2025, officially launch the hosting of the banner at the Ministry of Justice headquarters in Mama Point. As part of this initiative, Liberian President, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nwabwaka, will on April 19, 2025, officially launch the anti-mob violence campaign in the country. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, as you may be aware, the issue of mob violence remains a cardinal issue in our society. Sometimes it leads to citizens willfully engaging in the brutality against another citizen, at times setting ablaze valuable properties, which is a violation of the law of Liberia. As part of the mob war activities, Minister Tua and his team, the Ministry of Justice, will engage into a major sensitization campaign across the country. The western region of Liberia, consisting of Bomi, Rakedmont, and Bakudu counties, in central North Liberia, Bong, Nima local counties, southeastern Liberia, Maryland, Virginia, and the rest of the counties in the southeastern region. Mob violence is not the way forward. So we want to invite the general public to turn out in the moments of the Ministry of Justice beginning at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 8, 2025, to host the banner. We must all sensitize the public against mob violence.
Well, he is the Director of Press and Public Affairs at the Ministry of Justice, Jutono Colley, there speaking. Well, we have passed the hour mark. This is a reminder that you are listening to News Dex, 45 minutes of the latest news from Liberia and other parts of the world. At the end, we will cross over now to Edwin Batafoyan to bring us post tonight on News Dex. Good evening, Edwin.
Good evening, Maka Davis. Good evening, everyone. Liberian sports journalists Anthony Kokwe and James Salah have successfully completed the West African Football Union WAFU Zone A Media Marketing Workshop. The seminar was held in Conakry, Guinea from April 4 to the 5th, 2025. Kokwe currently serving as acting media manager at the Liberia Football Association LFA, while Salah is a media officer at the local football governing body. The duo were among 23 media and marketing officers from the 9 WAFU Zone A member associations who participated in the 2-day capacity building workshop. The training includes both theory and practical sections aimed at strengthening the skills of media officers, particularly about their roles and responsibility within CAF and WAFU media operation. Match Day 23 of the Liberia Football Association First Division League concluded on Sunday, April 6, with several matches held across Liberia. On Saturday, April 5, Discovery Sports Academy, currently in third position, played to an entertaining 2-2 draw against Bill Mountain at the SKD practice page in Pinzo City. Heaven 11 FC interrupted the title celebrations of league leaders FC Facel with a 1-0 victory over LPRC Warriors on Sunday afternoon at the Tusa Field in Ghannasville. Meanwhile, FC Facel secured a convincing 4-0 victory over Scotland Shatter SC at the SKD main stadium. The soccer missionaries are now just 1 point away from clinching their first ever league title, with the celebration anticipated to take place when FC Facel faces relegation threatened Invincible 11 on March Day 24. In other matches, Leicester FC managed to come back from a goal down to earn a 1-1 draw against RE on Sunday at the open-air Nancy Bido Sports Stadium in Kakata, Maigibi County. Defending champions Watanga FC were held to a trailing 3-3 draw by Blackman Warrior at the Tusa Field late Sunday evening. In Pinzo City, Pinzo FC claimed all 3 points when they recorded a 3-2 victory over Freeport FC at the SKD practice page. In Buchanan City, Matic Barrow continued to struggle when the Rollers suffered another defeat at home, losing to Global Farmer FC at the Doris Williams Sports Stadium in Grand Bassa County. Staying in football, the delegation from the Liberia Football Association LFA, led by President Mustafa Raji, arrived in Plainbow, Maryland County over the weekend to attend the closing ceremonies of the Maryland County Under-17 Women's League and the Lower Women's League. The delegation includes Executive Committee member Kelvin Bayo, Technical Director Deco Wise, Women's Football Desk Manager Alitia Masakwe, Mansurado County Sub-Association Chairman Milton Yoko, and LFA Media Officer Sam Portia Jado. The Maryland County Under-17 Women's League, featuring 9 teams, was organized for the first time in the county. The initiative aims to increase access to football for girls and expand opportunities for women's football competition. In addition to the Under-17 League, the LFA delegation will also participate in the closing of the Lower Women's League, which has been ongoing since 2020 and currently features 10 teams. The Under-17 final will be contested over 2 legs between G Tabo United and Worcester. In the Lower Women's League, Trikia will take on 2-time champions Maryland Angels in the championship match. To kickball now, Skills Kickball FC bowed to Swat KC 2-3 home runs on Saturday at the SKD complex in Pinzo, First Division category of the Liberia Kickball Federation National Lottery League. In other results, the First Division or First League Yamsa KC was on power by Zion 6.51, while Axista 2 defeated Kersley Cannon United Kickball Club 1-3 Axista home runs. Nata dragged Destiny Town Kickball Club 6-0 home runs at the same venue, while Destiny Monserrado overcome Amazon 3-1 home runs in the continuation of the Second Division League title. Defending champion Vision Sisters were defeated by Community Youth Empowerment or CYE 0-4 home runs, and Destiny Gibi and Axista played to a 1-1 draw. And the Liberia National Olympic Committee, to its president, Councillor Sylvester Rennie, has warned former president of the Liberia Basketball Association, Rivers Anderson, former vice president Jack Kabakoli, and former secretary general Theo Wilson to refrain from impersonating as legitimate of the Liberia Basketball Association. The NOC, in a communication to the mentioned individuals, recently demanded that they should immediately desist from impersonating or claiming to be the legal authority in charge of the Liberia Basketball Association, as the continuation of such action will leave the Olympic Committee with no authority but to endorse and pursue all available sanction and legal measure deemed appropriate to their members' organization, the LBA, which is under their control. Well, that's it for this post.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, doing Butterfoyan for bringing us post tonight on the news program. In more news, to enhance data collection and registration of complaints at the Liberia National Police headquarters, the European Union has donated a set of equipment to the LNP. Making the donation on Monday, a representative of the EU delegation to Liberia said the donation is aimed at strengthening the LNP in the area of data collection for the smooth operation of the police force. She, however, noted that fundings for the project came from European taxpayers' money, cautioning the police to make use of the donated items.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into Truth FM, that is his program.
While receiving the donation, Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman appreciated the European Union for the gesture and promised that the equipment will be used for the intended purposes. RG Coleman highlighted the timeliness of the donation, stating that it will bring relief to them in the area of data collection and investigating crimes. He's the Inspector General of Police Gregory Coleman there speaking when he received a donation from the European Union on Monday. The Kwage Multipurpose Women Agricultural Cooperative, in collaboration with the Latter-day Saints Church of Jesus Christ, has commenced a week-long vegetable and rice production capacity building workshop in rural Massarado County. The workshop is geared towards empowering farmers through skills training and with the necessary tools to enhance their production. Speaking at the start of the workshop on Monday in Kingsville, Kwage Multipurpose Women Agricultural Cooperative's president, Madam Hawa Tabeli, disclosed that the workshop is part of efforts to train and empower farmers to make Liberia self-sufficient.
to the latter the sisters because they believe that if they empower you, you'll be able to empower your community. Through your community, your district will be able to benefit, your country will be able to benefit, and Liberia at large will be able to benefit. So if we get through here today, I beg you shouldn't sit over it. Go to your community, tell your children, this is what I learned. Call your neighbor, let it come around. If your neighbor is happy, you learn this idea, you will be happy. So I want to say thanks to the other district church for sponsoring this program. At least they will put smiles on the faces of the farmers, not forgetting about our implementing partners. See, it was through them that I went for that training. I want to say thanks to everyone for coming. And whatever we learned here today, I want us to put it into action. They are saying that local content is a food basket for Liberia. But I can tell people here that in years to come, no muscle or even muscle allows to be food basket for Liberia. If we learn this knowledge and go apply it, not carry you put on your pillow, take the tools out of the kid, that's a weapon. You know?
For his part, the Latter-day Saints Church of Jesus Christ missionary to Liberia, Darren Haddock, noted that the partnership is part of the church's humanitarian efforts to better Liberian farmers and support their efforts.
When we first came to Liberia, we met him and he invited us to come to his wife's farm and see what they were doing. And so we actually came there, we went out to the village and looked at you. And it was a good experience for us. We saw what was happening and that the people were doing what they like to do and that they were improving their lives. And that made us very happy to be able to do this project. Our House of Latter-day Saints is a worldwide church, and members from all over the world donate money to the church to help in humanitarian efforts, to help people that need help in humanitarian projects. And so we are able to come here and use some of that money to help the people of Liberia. And we were able to provide some funds for this project, is to help teach people how to become better farmers.
Well, David Tabeli is the director or the executive director of the Agricultural Research Consortium. He provided an overview of the program earlier.
Church is the one providing all the funding what we are doing here. The materials we receive, they are all bought by the Church of Jesus Christ to the missionaries. And in the same partnership, we also have ARC that is doing the training. And then we have the Torgbean multi-purpose women agriculture cooperative that is the beneficiary of this project. And that is two projects that people are here today. And we are here to train. At the end of the training, each of you will receive a spraying kit, watering kit, 1 cup of seed that you plant, of plant seed. You also receive a bag of fertilizer and a can of chemical so you can apply it.
Well, he is the executive director of the Agricultural Research Consortium, David Tabeli, there speaking earlier on, listening to Latter-day Saints Church of Jesus Christ missionary to Liberia, Darren Haddock, as well as the president of the Quagga Multipurpose Women Agriculture Cooperative, Madam Hawa Tabeli. They spoke during the opening of a week-long vegetable and rice production capacity building workshop in Kingsville, rural Monserrato County. Well, this is how we love to draw the curtains on this presentation of News Decks. But before we go, these are the top stories we followed. United States Ambassador Mark Turner warns Liberians on the dangers and consequences of illegal immigration to the United States, says nearly 20% of Liberians who enter the U.S. on tourist visas fail to leave when their visas expire. Acting LEC Managing Director Mohammed Sharif vowed to ensure zero power outage in the coming weeks, discloses ongoing negotiation to secure 30 megawatts of electricity from neighboring Guinea to boost Liberia's power supply. Criminal Court AE to entertain legal arguments on motion to release about 100 suspected criminals from the Monrovia Central Prison for prolonged pre-detention. And away from Liberia, heavy rains and floods have killed at least 33 people in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo,
according to officials. Many thanks to all of you for your listening. Role thanks to those who follow us via Real TV on Facebook. Thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and those who helped to make this edition of News Desk a success. Naketa Roberts read the news bulletin tonight. Edwin Batafoy and Brothers post on News Desk. Kopal Sanga Sarah control and coordinated the sounds. Myean Torgbean, as usual, has been behind the cameras. Thanks to our sponsors, EcoBank Liberia Limited and Orange Liberia. My name is Maka Davis. Good night.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your plate Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen there represent.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.